Michael, do you know that if we were having a normal, in terms of time span, election campaign, it would just about be beginning now?
Yeah, it would have begun on Sunday, I think, when normally Malcolm Turnbull would have hopped in his big white car and gone down to Yarralumla.
Which means
5 weeks, yeah.
Which means we're allowed to hard wipe everything that's gone on beforehand, and this morning we start afresh.
Not so fast.
For the latest on election campaigning with the leaders out at the moment. They're both in the eastern states. Political reporter Stephen Jedgetts joins us now. He's on the Turnbull campaign trail. Good morning, Stephen, in Sydney. And Matt Duran is following Bill Shorten and is in sunny Cairns this morning. Gentlemen, nice to see you both. Stephen, we'll kick off with you. What's Malcolm Turnbull up to?
Virginia, Malcolm Turnbull's campaigning here in Sydney today. He's going to announce that if the coalition's elected, it will put $20 million into further cancer treatment and research for children. Now, the Prime Minister's new approach will basically centre around genome mapping. He wants more children to have their genomes mapped so they can get more specialised and individual treatment. Now, $20 million isn't a huge amount of money in the medical space, and this isn't going to single-handedly revolutionise the field by any stretch of the imagination. But the Prime Minister will hope that this modest start will essentially reframe the way that people think about cancer and think about the way that it's treated, particularly for young people. Now, the Prime Minister is expected to then continue to campaign for most of the day in Sydney. Yesterday, of course, he was in the seat of Lindsay in Penrith in the far west. That's one of the crucial seats that the coalition's trying to mount a rearguard action to defend. Its strategists are worried about 6 seats in the state. And if Malcolm Turnbull wants to keep on to power, he'll have to hold on probably to 1 or 2 of those at the very least. After Sydney, he's expected to jet off to destination unknown. My hope is that it's the far north Queensland, where Matthew's currently sitting, particularly Virginia, given he's spent the last half hour peppering my inbox with small pictures of tropical North Queensland, which if that doesn't constitute workplace bullying, I frankly don't know what does.
Man, I actually do think that constitutes workplace bullying. Yeah, come on, no, back off. I just love seeing the image of the two of you together. Look at you, Stephen. I mean, I feel like I should get you a warm woolly hat to go with that outfit. And Matt, you just look ridiculously warm and sunny there. What's happening with Bill Shorten today?
It is a beautiful temperature. Well, it's a beautiful temperature here, only 25 degrees, and I had Stephen also did send me a photo of him all rugged up in his scarf, so I was fueling the fire a little bit, rubbing his face in our beautiful sunrise here. And Bill Shorten, he actually just ran past us about 2 minutes ago. Had it been on air, it would have been a lovely TV moment. He's here in North Queensland. He'll be announcing today that he wants to allocate $1 billion of the $5 billion Northern Australia Fund to tourism and tourism infrastructure. Now, this fund was announced in the 2015 budget by the then Treasurer Joe Hockey. The whole idea is that it can be used as an investment facility for infrastructure such as ports and airports, roads, electricity supply. But Bill Shorten wants to make sure that part of that goes towards tourism, which is, of course, a huge industry up here in North Queensland and for much of the north of the country. So that's his main pitch today. He'll be in Cairns this morning before flying off. Also, destination unknown. Hopefully not somewhere too cold, because I'm quite getting used to this lovely weather after a very chilly start yesterday in Canberra.
Yeah, I'm sure you should just keep travelling north. Now, we also know now when the formal launch of the ALP campaign is going to be, and this is significant simply in terms of funding.
That's right. June 19 is when Labor will officially launch their campaign in Penrith in Western Sydney. Most of the previous years, a lot of the campaigns have been based in Brisbane because Queensland is seen as such an important state, but that emphasis switching to Western Sydney this year. And in regards to funding, up until an official campaign launch, all the campaigning that happens around the country, all the flights and trips and all that are funded by the taxpayer. The moment that a party announces its official campaign launch, that burden then shifts on to the party itself. So June 19, just over 2 weeks before the July 2nd election. So obviously Labor has looked at its finances and decided that is the time at which it should launch its official campaign. All
right, Matt, thank you. And Stephen Jedgetts, I'm sorry, I think we seem to have lost you. We heard that little sound there. We've lost Stephen's audio there. So, gentlemen, we'll say goodbye to both of you. Stay warm, stay cool. Maybe we should send them to different places, locations. We might swap them out and mess up their heads a bit.